I first heard about breast cancer supportive care through a couple of the other girls that have been going through breast cancer. And then I came to them because I've been diagnosed with breast cancer. The crappiest time of my life, definitely. But also, it's been some good lessons learned as well. I call it the gift wrapped in barbed wire. It's a rough ride. And the thing that most people don't know about it is, until you go through it, is it's only 10% physical. Like the part that you lose your hair and going through chemo and going through radiation, that's just 10%. Like 90% of it is truly the mental side, dealing with the emotions, the fear, the anxiety, all of that. And that's where breast cancer supportive care came in for me. It helped me on the road to true recovery for me, because it wasn't just physical recovery because my body was doing that. I needed help on the mental side to help me understand what life was going to look like after I was, through my treatments. And it's an ongoing process, right? Like I'll have, even though the cancer is gone, I'll have it with me for the rest of my life, and it's a matter of trying to figure out how to deal with it so that I can deal with it in a positive way. Unbelievable. Yeah. It's breast cancer supportive care is I've told everybody that I can, like especially the new girls that have been diagnosed with breast cancer. I always tell them about breast cancer supportive care. And the other thing that people don't realize is when you get diagnosed, you're only going to the hospital every 3 weeks. And those oncologists are busy. So they're dealing with more physical symptoms. But the rest of the time, you're on your own. And again, that's where breast cancer supportive care came in for me, because they were a place that I could come and talk to the doctors and actually have lots of time to talk to the doctors, which was amazing. Just to go through some of the things, that I was feeling that I didn't have time to talk to my doctor about, or they didn't have time for me to talk to them about, because they're busy. Like Tom Baker is insanely busy, and this was just, again, you're dealing with physical on that side of things, and then you get out of your appointment and you realize that there's just so much more to it than just, the nausea and the burns and those type of things. I can say it on a positive and a negative. I mean, on a negative, obviously, is what you think about cancer. Negatively, it's impacted greatly. I mean, I was just about to try to have children, and then got diagnosed with breast cancer, so that I was, my fertility was taken away. I was in a new relationship, and, fairly new, only a couple years old, and we go through all these changes, and then get diagnosed with breast cancer, and it's like, okay, how do you like me now? It's a scary ride, because you see friends, you see girls that you get to know die, and you don't know if you're next, and there's not a lot of rhyme or reason as to which ones do pass away and which ones don't. But on a good side, I never really thought about my mortality before, so I didn't think it was going to ever happen. So what's good about getting cancer is it's perspective in a second. Like, you find out, wow, okay, life is short, so how do I want to spend my life? And you realize who you want to surround yourself with and who you don't want to surround yourself with. And it's kind of making a game plan for that last half, like in terms of how do I want to go about my life. And it's allowed me to be more in the moment, because I do, and I enjoy everything much more now. Like, I've taken up art, and I'm a spreadsheet girl, so the fact that I've taken up a paintbrush is a little bit different for me. And now I'm looking at trees and I'm looking at just the design of it, and I'm just in awe. So I'm just just that much more appreciative of the life that I'm living. Is hang on, because it is a ride. Um, but the advice that I give, because I do talk to a lot of people that have been diagnosed, and there is a lot of support out there, and breast cancer supportive care is one of the best supports that a girl could go through that's diagnosed with cancer. Probably one of the best advice I could give is I didn't come to breast cancer supportive care early enough. I wish I had come probably during the hardest times, which is just being diagnosed, because I spent a month there without any support. By the time you're diagnosed to the surgery, I was at least a couple months coming here. I wish I'd known about it earlier. I truly believe it's what's made the difference in my journey in terms of flipping the switch from the negative to seeing this cancer journey as a positive. There is a gift in there, but it took a lot of work to try to find the gift. I was part of their recovery class, which was a 12-week class that we met with a group of 10 ladies and I. And it was just unbelievable. You go through everything from the physical, the emotional, the mental, spiritual. They give you the toolbox to kind of be able to wrap your head around where you are and where you want to go. Setting out a game plan, pretty much. And that's been the best thing. I've met with the nurse here to talk about nutrition. I've met with Ardith Taylor about just working through my fatigue, working through sleep issues. It's made pretty much all the difference. Yeah. I'm a sales manager. I grew up in North Vancouver. Yeah. And then Edmonton, and then Calgary after that. I play soccer, I play golf. Socializing and stampeding a hobby. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty active in that way. I'm doing dragon boating with the girls that have gone through breast cancer, so the sistership. And I found out about them through breast cancer supportive care. So trying to keep really active, and but then also trying to do to quiet the mind, doing painting, doing yoga, and we're also renovating our house right now, so I get a little bit of both. So yeah, we're really lucky in Calgary to have a place like breast cancer supportive care. I wouldn't ever want to get cancer if I was to do it again, but I'm glad I did it in Calgary, where we have these type of resources, because I truly think that made all the difference for me. I now analyzed it as being a ride. Yeah. I would say, if I was to say it was like anything, it's like the support straps that come over top of you when you go through that roller coaster, that hold you in, right? That kind of keep you in control, that you know that it's supporting you for that ride. It's going to hold you in. You're not going to fall out. You're in good hands. It's safe, I'd say that for me is kind of what breast cancer